Well, I don't want to put it on the trunk.
I love this.
Let's see if that's
She makes everyone sound good. Yeah, you're gonna do, what are you using for an instrument?
my voice.
That's what I thought.
That's my voice, yeah.
Awesome.
Acapella.
Acapella it is.
All right, everybody. My name is Flavius Activus
Put your
Maximus,
hands together, yeah!
aka Flavius Gluteus Maximus. I can. Thank you. So do I. Gluteus Maximi. I love them as well. I'm a Gluteus Maximi man myself. Also a breast man, but also a Maximus, a Gluteus Maximus man.
Well, that's like inferred, like, you know.
Well, some people have a preference. I choose both. I choose love. Some of y'all were kink shaming earlier when she was talking about vaginas and he was talking about sitting on faces. As a member of the kink community, I do feel like I have to address that. We will not stand for kink shaming, but some of us will sit for kink shaming because that's another kink. Some of us like to be shamed. So
I was not shaming.
sit
I
for a
was
second.
in the kink. I was in the kink club.
you were naming, not shaming. All right, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you for shaming.
Claiming. Can you claim not to?
Okay, claiming and naming and not shaming. That's gaming. That's how we're doing it tonight,
I
folks.
love it.
That's how we're doing it. I love it as well. I can also appreciate losing your butt. I lost my butt. I lost 190 pounds in a year and a half.
Wow, I didn't recognize you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Then I went to New Orleans and gained 16 pounds of it back. So that's how it goes.
That food, man.
The food and the
making me
drinking.
hungry.
The food and the drinking together is what does it. But I know that I finally made it because I got my first person to complain about my comedy. It was a white woman who was the bartender at the place I was doing comedy at. Would have thought she would have had thicker skin, but she did the Karen thing and complained to her boss, who was coming up from a nap and said, "I don't have time for this shit, I'm going back to sleep." Incidentally, she doesn't work there anymore, but that might just be incidental. But here's the joke that she took offense to. So I was scrolling the internet the other day, as I sometimes do, came across an internet post, an Instagram post actually, that was talking about nonchalant niggas. And it was a white woman who made this post. She actually didn't use the word nigga, but I still felt offended on behalf of the nonchalant community. And so I went home and took a long look in the mirror and asked myself, am I a nonchalant nigga? Am I the indica of niggas? Because I really aspire to be the sativa of niggas. And this is how my nonchalance is going. So last year I was on a date with this woman. She was a 7. She was out of my league. I was happy to be there. Very happy to be there. We were on a coffee date, which I tend to do well on. I was doing my Virgo thing, not showing my feelings, keeping my feelings tucked, not showing my hand. It went great. She asked for a second date. Now on the second date, I decided we should turn things all the way up. I decided we should do mushrooms. I was going to do a macro amount of mushrooms, and she peer pressured me into doing more than a macro amount of mushrooms. And the nonchalant nigga in me said, fuck it, let's see where this goes. Now, I thought I killed it. I thought the date went great. I thought it went superb. I got 2 phone calls the next day. First phone call, she told me she got robbed on the way home, which I felt bad for. She was doing the strong alcoholic white woman thing and walking me to the train, making sure I got home safe. Little did she know I hopped my ass in an Uber. I wasn't about to be tripping balls going all the way from the East Village, trying to make it back to Brooklyn. I might have ended up in the Bronx somewhere, getting my ass kicked by the Warriors. So that wasn't gonna happen. Second thing she told me was at one point during the date, I stopped communicating and I just kept beatboxing. Which, if you know mushrooms, it's a very creative drug, but unfortunately, it seems like women don't like it when you don't communicate traditionally. So I said, don't make me over now that I do anything for you. Respect me for what I am. She didn't respect me, so I had to cut her off. And then I took it a step further and I gave up white woman for Lent. But white woman, don't worry, Lent is over. I'm back out there and I'm loving every minute of it. Black woman, I haven't forgotten you either. I love your history, I love your thickness, I love your cocoa butter smell. But if you see me out there with a white woman, don't play or hate, congratulate. don't beat us when you can join us, because we could be a multi-ethnic, multicultural family. Because at the end of the day, Polly want a cracker. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what offended the woman, but you know, I feel sorry for her that she was not blessed with the gift of humor. So, yeah, it's a joke. Take a joke. I thought it was pretty funny.
That was in New Orleans?
That was in New Orleans,
What was
yeah.
she doing there?
I don't know. She was, I don't know. She wasn't appreciating all she could appreciate,
You
but.
should have said Karen won a cracker, right?
No, poly, because it's a poly community, you know, polyamorous.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Was
okay.
Karen
I like the name.
Karen, I have no idea. I wanted to find out, but I will not be finding out. She wasn't for me. So there's plenty of other fish in that sea. Hopefully I will be swimming pretty soon.
Do you have a life jacket?
I do. I always wear a life jacket because, yeah, you don't want to drown. You do not want to drown. So I finally escaped Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. I'm back in Brooklyn just for a few days. I'm leaving tonight, but I escaped Brooklyn. I escaped my yabba dabba doo ass roommate. It was a traumatic roommate situation. I call him a yabba dabba doo ass roommate because he was kind of like the Flintstones of roommates. He was like a straight up Cro-Magnon man. He admitted to me he only showered 2 or 3 times a week. We know that means 2 or 3 times a month. And I was forced to face the funk as my room was right next to his. Unfortunately, he was not faking the funk. He was keeping it all too real. This was a case of keeping it real going wrong. I had to hear him do the bitch nigga shuffle several times a day. That's where I could hear his bare, unwashed feet shuffling across my hardwood floors to get his delivery several times a day. And it was never a salad, never a green, just shit like beef on weck and onion rings. And therefore my bathroom was a motherfucking murder scene. I was the only brother who lived there. I was forced to clean it up. So I feel like Kanye was right, slavery was a choice. This brother definitely wouldn't get stereotypes though, so I will give him that. He was an Eastern Asian fellow, more portly than me. Very hairy brother. He was like the Aereo of roommates. Harold Anderson's ass roommate. I do believe he had superpowers. He had the ability to see right through dirt and never even clean it up. He always left it for me. He was kind of like the horseshoe crab of roommates. They should have studied his eyes. But I finally got out of there, and what I realized was sometimes you have to communicate more directly to people, because my way of dealing with it was kind of passive-aggressive. I would sing songs loud enough for him to hear about himself. Songs like, let's see. He admitted to me he only showers 2 or 3 times a week. What a freak. Don't wanna be living with a funky dude. Don't wanna be living with a funky dude. Yabba dabba doo ass dude from the zoo. So yeah, that's how it's going. But I do encourage, if you're not gonna wash, at least use baby wipes. Any fans of baby wipes out here? I bought a bidet. I did not install it because I'm afraid, maybe I don't know how to install it too well. Maybe I'm procrastinating. But I'm a big fan of baby wipes. But I do look forward to installing this bidet so I can sit down every day and feel like I'm having a spa, kind of get in my 80s bag, sing some 80s songs while I'm getting my spa on. But I want an automatic one. The handheld one I feel like might be a little too personal for me. So I want to get in my 80s bag, sing one of those Pointer Sisters songs. You might know it. It goes a little something like, no reason to hold it. The water is automatic. My doodle is all flushing down, 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 down. Automatic, automatic, automatic. I need some harmonies. Automatic. Well, it looks like that is my time. My name is Flavius.
Actually, I think you turned it off by accident. So Flavius, you're in New Orleans.
Yeah, nice.